Hello there friends. In this video I will do review of SD90. Yes, I did already review of SD90, but I think I didn't do enough good review that this SD90 deserve. In this video I will talk slower and I will try to give you the best points that will describe you this SD90. First, let us start this SD90. I will turn it on, and on front of me I have Novation 61SL-MK2 MIDI controller that is connected presently to SD90, but you can connect anything to play on this beautiful model. By the turning on SD90 that is connected with USB cable, it will turn on automatically by itself. That MIDI controller, you can see light here, MIDI controller is on, SD90 is turning on. SD90 is the best sounding, the most usable, and the most professional sound model on market. There is actually only professional sound model on market. I'm talking about Arranger keyboards, Arranger sound model. Equivalent with quality, with everything that you can find in flagships of Yamaha like Genos in front of me, or Korg PA4. That guy is in the same class, same quality. When I'm talking about SD90, those things you can apply to SD9 keyboard from Ketron or SD60. Those are same things, just this is module without keys. SD60 has 61 key, SD9 has 76 keys. So now you can see this module is on. It says here, device USB audio SL-MK2 connections successful. I will say yes, and my module is connected. Actually, Novation is connected to the module through USB cable. Now, beside all those controls, and we can find all controls that we need to control SD90 here, I have some additional controls on Novation. I like always to get something more or maximum from instrument. But as I mentioned already, in SD90 you will find all controls necessary to control this thing, this model. So let us start how it looks. It looks really professional. It is good material, everything is good build, it can last for years and years. Not too big, not too small. All those buttons they fit very well in this panel. You can clearly see all those controls, and they are divided in parts where they should be. For example, to controlling style, intro style parts, synchro style, synchro stop, fill, break, pause, stop, hold. It means if you play style, for example, let me play style. Then if you push this, you will just go drums. So, and then we have sliders, and then we have additional controls here. I will not go to details about all those buttons. We will go to details in next video, because I am planning to do series of videos to explain you how you can use this Ketron and what are benefits, what you can get from this Ketron. In the middle is big touch screen, sensitive, very clear. You can find all those information there. Now presently, because my camera is far, maybe you will not be able to see all those information, but I will tell you what is that, what I'm going, in which part of the keyboard I am going through this touch screen. But in next video, whenever I am talking about this part, I will make sure that you will be able to see exactly what is going on screen. I did actually connect this keyboard to my TV. Let me see. if I can find it on my TV, but you will not be able to see that presently on TV. You know what, in next video I will explain you actually how it works if we connect it to TV, because now you will not be able to see, because I'm not going to move this camera. I will do a review of this model and go to the main points. Okay, we have couple connection in back of this module. We have two MIDI inputs. It's very important to have them. Sometimes if you want to use two keyboards, if two musicians are playing, or even if you don't want to use two keyboards, if you just want to connect iPad to control registration memory with iPad, you can connect iPad on MIDI input, general MIDI input, and in another MIDI input that is dedicated to playing in live performing arranger keyboard, you will connect arranger keyboard. Beside those two MIDI inputs on back, regular MIDI inputs, you have three USB inputs, and there as well MIDI inputs. Now through USB MIDI cable, I just did connect my Novation, and benefit from that, you can send power to MIDI controller, and you can send MIDI messages from MIDI controller to this sound module. Very cool things. Now, I want to be really honest when I'm presenting something. You know, you cannot find perfect keyboard. There are always some things that are a little bit not so good, but we will concentrate to good things. So there is no perfect arranger keyboard on market. So, but anyway, I want to mention just a couple things that should be improved in this model. Maybe in next generation of model, Ketron can think about it. Only my complaint on all those buttons and touchscreen is actually related to these sliders, to these volume sliders. So what is complaint? They are in Ketron keyboards for years, and we know from experience from Audio keyboards and from other previous Ketron keyboards that they don't actually react so smoothly. Sometimes when you move this, you will not get any changes. You can move it even for inch or more, and you will not get any changes. Now look at this. I'm moving this, nothing, moving, nothing, moving, nothing, moving, nothing. It's almost inch and more, moving almost 2 inch, and I have to go. Look at. Now I got sound. Look at how much space I waste. How much did I move from up? No, not too much changes. So that is something that Ketron should improve. It's not big deal, but in 2019, if you compare with competitors, Genos and PA4, they don't have those problems in last 10 years, even more, maybe 15 years. So those problems with those sliders, they should change them. They should put something new generation that would work better. But it works. It is usable. It's small complaint, not so big complaint, but it's small complaint. Let us now go to. I mentioned for USB inputs here, and I mentioned that we have two MIDI input. We have MIDI through. We have MIDI output. We have input for microphone, we have input for second thing that we want to connect, maybe microphone or keyboard. We have outputs for headphones or second output. So we have main output left and right, and then we have second output. It could be used for headphones or it could be used for second output. So, and then we have this output for pedal. We can control with pedal styles and some function. And so we have USB output, and we have sustain, and we have for a volume control, for pedal, for volume, for expression. So everything that should be in professional arranger keyboard, you can find here on the back of this panel. That sound module is only 4 kilo. That is really good not so heavy. It's everything so fit nice in your bag, and you can take it on plane if you are flying, or you can take it easily anywhere. And if you are on road, you can just rent any keyboard anywhere, and all controls you will find here. And whatever you need, just use keys from that another keyboard. It is not necessary to have Novation. You can use any keyboard. I have a couple keyboards behind me here that I'm using, Roland 837. I can use my Korg M1. I can use my Korg DX7. I have them over there in another room. Or I can use any keyboard. Just I need keys and MIDI output to control. Actually all control is here, just to get sound from this module. Now let us talk a little bit about functions that we can find and touch screen. As I told you, it is huge, very visible, good touch sensitive touch screen, and everything that is here on that touch screen is in proper place. Everything is sorted that you can go very easily to the point, whatever you want to get from this sound model. Now, in this left upper corner, it is same like in Genos technology. We can go and we can see styles, and they're divided in groups by music genre. We have ballad, dance, and especially I like those dance styles. Sound is extremely rich, good quality, natural, so powerful, but at the same time wide. And in my option, this sound model sounds the closest to the live band. That is the best sound rhythm section from any another competition keyboard. So I will put it in front of Genos, in front of Korg PA4, and I will mention just Genos and Korg PA4 because only those two arranger keyboards actually are in this class. So other keyboards, with respect, are a little bit lower class of the arranger keyboards. So styles are same story that you can find in Genos or Korg. There are some extremely good styles, there are some good styles, and there are some styles that are not so good, but you can use them and until you make some your own styles, or maybe you buy some styles, because we cannot expect that every style is the perfect or good. Some of them, but most of the styles are good, and some of them are really, really, really good. So especially what I can say about styles, which styles I like. Now it is matter of taste, but not only matter of taste. If you listen to mix and to richness of the sound, you can say that a style is good sounding. It has powerful sound and rich sound and wide sound and natural. So I like dance styles, I like rock styles, I like country styles, party styles, some pop styles. So those are my favorite styles here. We will go in next video through styles, but for now I show you how that sound in the dance section. You can get feeling. My favorite styles are actually in dance section, and of course party section as well. Party styles like polka styles, like Schlager beats, like European kind of styles of music, they sound very, very, very well. Mostly that kind of music we can find in like Central Europe or Italy or south part of Croatia, and in countries like who like that kind of Schlager and polka rhythm, Germany. So pop styles are good as well, as I mentioned. So Latin styles are okay. Folk styles, for our kind of music, I play music from Bosnia and surrounding countries, So I cannot find folk styles for myself, but every section has user part, and I can go to user part and I can make my own styles. I can buy some own, styles and put it there in that section, but every of those section, like rock section, or it has possibility that you can make your own styles and go to user and put them on user position and play them. Now, it is about styles. What is here beautiful about styles, it is that we can control those styles in live environment. What does mean that live environment? When we choose one style, for example, let me go to, okay, I will stay in those rock styles, user styles, rock styles, and take one style, and I will play intro of that style. Now, I can go to edit mode, and I can control that style right away by the time I play that style. I can control the controller, or I can control here by touching part and moving. If I go, I can mute, I can mute, I can adjust volume, so I can control, for example, if I want to control drums, see, I can go to drums, and now I can control drums elements, and beside of that I can choose another drum kit, and I can control elements of drum kits. I can get list of additional snares, and there is plenty of snares, really huge number of the snares that I can use, and by the time I'm playing, look at, I'm listening to that style. I will go back on that part, play all parts. Now, so I can, by the time I'm playing, I can do mixing, I can change instruments, I can mute some instruments, I can change drum kit, I can change element of drum kits, everything. By the time I'm actually playing, I can decide do I want to have a particular instrument octave higher or lower, so I can do everything by the time I am actually playing, and I don't need to stop playing. I can save everything by the time I'm playing. Save as, and save that fixed style. This kind of option you cannot find in Genos, it doesn't exist, but you can find in Korg PA4. So it is good to know, when we compare something, it is good to know what is advantage of these instruments compared to other, and of course I will tell another things what is disadvantage of this module to compare to other. But as I told on the beginning, there are always some things that are advantage on one side, a disadvantage comparing to competitors. Then we see what is the most important for us, and we are going to that way. We are buying that for this, what we think it is the best usable for us. Now, for those styles, playing styles, I will just tell you two small things that should be fixed, two small complaints. Because I cannot present something and tell you only nice thing. I have to tell you honest. If I want to be honest, I have to tell you things that should be fixed. But they could be fixed. For example, intro 1, 2, and 3, they don't work properly in styles that we make. So in styles that are meant to be played for song, particular songs, then you need intros. Intro number 1 doesn't work correctly. I don't know exactly why. There is some mistakes. If you put same material in intro 1 and 2, in intro 2 it will play correctly. In intro 1 it will not play correctly. It will jump from higher to lower notes, unpredictable, and that is something that should be, I think, in your operating system fixed. So, and another thing, option to play intro during the playing song, to go again to a second intro, it exists here by pressing re-intro. and it will play intro instead of ending. But sometimes when you play song, you sometimes stop in the song, you sometimes go, you are creating that song together with audience on spot. So sometimes that intro doesn't work so very well. If it's pressed, if you start again and you want to play intro, it will play ending. So it is confused thing about that intro button. But it could be solved very easily if this function is always disengaged. If it's blue, it should be intro. If it's yellow, it should always act as ending. In this case, we will know exactly, even if we stop somewhere in song, we will know what we are actually using from here, intro or ending. So it could be changed. And another thing, if you play on Korg PA4 or Genos, you can play intro 1 and right away after intro 1 you can play intro 2. You cannot do that here. If you play intro 1, it will jump. If you jump right away to variation or ending instead of intro 2. In any situation, you cannot play intro 1 and after that intro 2. That is not possible. I tried everything, stopping, re-intro and everything, and nothing works. So that is connected to this button. If this button is blue and always intro, it would be possible to play intro after intro. And in some songs, we have that thing. For example, there is a song that I made with 2 intros because of length of the intro, and Korg can play intro only that is a 32 measure, and Ketron as well, so it is limited with measures. So I am playing Linjo song, a known song from south part of Croatia. So I'm playing that song and I need 2 intros, intro after intro. In this situation, I cannot do on this guy. So now presently intro section has problem and that problem should be fixed. Now other parts, I like them very much. So, and I will tell you about drums and bass guitars. The best bass guitars and the best drums that exist in an arranger keyboard you can find here. You can find good drums in Genos, but those Revo drums, 3 of them, first 3 or 4 kits, they are good, okay, but if I compare to those drums are better. If I compare to Korg drums, you know that already from my previous video, I don't like Korg drums at all. I never used Korg drums. For years I used to play Korg and I always use samples. But if you have good samples, it will work and you will have good sounding Korg. Now bass guitars, drums, I mentioned, good. Now let us move to the sounds. Now if you press on upper right corner, you will find sounds that are divided in a group of the sounds: piano, accordion, organ, string, and other. Now let us start from piano sounds. Piano sounds, I like them. They are similar quality like that we can find in Genos or Korg sound. Okay, let me go to piano, this one. I'm not going to play too much sounds now. I'm not prepared. Actually, I didn't think to play that because I will play that in next video, and you can see a lot of videos and you can compare sounds. But those sounds, it is just a matter of taste. You can say I like more Genos sounds, or I like more Korg's piano, I like more SD90 piano. It is just a matter of your taste, but they're in the same level. Quality, excellent quality. You can find a lot of good acoustic pianos, electric piano. So, piano sounds, amazing sounds, good sounds, everything what you need, you will find in this module. Organ sounds, they're really good. So good sounds comparable to Genus and Korg PA4. I will say that Korg PA4 and Genus, they have better control of those sounds because you have sliders, and if you have percussion organ or drawbar organ, you can control frequencies, you can control and you can make your own sound. Here you cannot do that. You can go to edit mode, you can do some changes, but you cannot control it in live performing with sliders like you can do that in Genus or Korg. Next section, accordion. That is section that I actually don't like too much. It doesn't mean they are bad. It doesn't mean that they are not usable for somebody. But for me, for a kind of music that I play, they are not usable. I'm looking more like accordion. Like, let me go to this. Even one more that is not sample. That is now sample. Now we can hear a little bit of SD90. I have to disconnect SD90. Now. Now here, if I play those accordion, oh come on, accordion. Maybe for some kind of polka stuff that people play in Austria or Germany, maybe they can use that sound. But you know what? But maybe for that kind of music you can use some sound, but for our folk music that we play in Bosnia and surrounding countries, you cannot find a good accordion sound. You need sampler. For that you have to play a sample on another instrument or on laptop presently. But from my knowledge, they are doing something about sampler, and when they get sampler inside, it will be another game. It will be then this module is going to get a lot of power that presently is a little bit missing in this sampling area. Guitar sounds. Acoustic guitars. Decent guitar sounds. They are good guitar sounds comparable to Korg. They are about the same. But we know that Genus has the best acoustic guitar sounds. Korg has some of them that are really good, usable, especially for live environment, where when we need guitar that is cutting very well through the space in live environment with frequencies. But generally, Genus has the best guitar, and this guy has good acoustic guitar. When we go to electric guitars, and we try distortion. There we go. So electric guitars, in my opinion, are the best electric guitars than in any another keyboard. On first place for me is Ketron in the amount of guitars. Then Korg PA4, especially a couple of guitars like Santana guitars, like power chord guitar, like some other guitars that I can find in Korg. And in Genus they're okay, but they have too much distortion and they are too computerized. Like it sounds like you can get that feeling that it's like a computer playing guitar. But if you are skilled player and you play guitar here and on Korg, you can get a pretty good sound and result. Of course, it is never guitar, but you know, it shouldn't be guitar actually. It is some sound that you may actually need more than guitar sound. In some songs, actually I don't need exactly guitar sound. I need kind of guitar sound that I can get from arranger keyboard. So it is always a story when we are playing guitars on arranger keyboard, then guitar player will tell us, oh, that is not guitar. And if we play accordion, then accordion players, that they will tell us, oh, that is not accordion. You know what? It is music instrument. It has its personality and sound. I know it is not accordion. I know it is not guitar. But it's kind of the sound that I can use and I like. And maybe, in my opinion, that sound is needed sound for my mix that I'm using with whole package that I'm using from this instrument. So that stories on one side are somehow okay, on another side they are not okay. We know that it's not violin, but we know that has violin, that we can play in band, and you have a lot of in live band keyboard players who are playing flutes, violin sounds, who are playing other sounds. So if they play other sounds and you are accepting them, why you don't accept accordion and guitar sound? It's the same story. Now let us go to the next group of the sounds, string sounds. I like those string sounds. There's a lot of good string sounds. Good violin sound, good. The best violin sound that you can find in any arranger, and really good string sounds. I can find some good string sounds in Korg, but I am not so satisfied with string sounds in Genus. I prefer string sounds from Ketron than Genus, but they are somehow equal to Korg sounds that I need for music that I play. That is my personal taste. Brass sounds, they are good. You can find tones of brass sounds. You can find tones on brass sounds. Some people told that there is no tuba sound. Yes, there is tuba sound, but you have to go to second window. If you go to open this and you go here in editing mode and you go to brass sounds, you go to the second window, there is tuba sound. So, and then you can adjust that tuba sound whatever you want to hear, and but it is there tuba. There is second window. In any keyboard you have to look for windows. You have to go to the inside to editing mode or some another windows where you can find additional instruments, additional functions. You have to read manual and explore a little bit. Then you will find there is plenty sounds that are behind in a second window of this module. Now let me go to sax and flute sounds and clarinet. Flute sounds are good, I like them. Whistle sound is not so good. It's a little bit muddy. And now saxophone sound. Clarinet sound is decent sound, you can use it. It's not so good like in Genus. The Genus has the best clarinet, but it is good. It is good sound. Pad sounds. Now pad sounds, I'm not so satisfied with pad sounds. I was looking for many of those pad sounds and I couldn't find a lot of them that I can use for myself. I like this one. I like this one. So, couple of the pad sounds, yeah, you can find something, you can work with them, but not something that you can find in PA4 or Genus. They have more good pad sounds. Synth sounds, same story like pad sounds. I couldn't find a lot of nice. Portamento is there. You can adjust. You can do whatever you want to do. If you go to that part, and then here to the next window, portamento is there. You can make whatever you want to make. and you can do a lot of nice editing, but I don't have now time to go to effects section and editing. I will just mention the thing that here we have an effects section, couple effects we can change in solo sounds, as well. If we go to editing of the sound, just a moment, editing of the sound here, and on this part, if you go to effects, there you have a list of the effects. You can do changes here or in a previous video that I show you, but you can do a lot of things. You can do much more things in editing of the sound that you can do on Genius. Much more things. Of course, there is first place belongs to Korg. Korg has the best editing option, but on second place is SD90, and there is a lot of nice features that you can use that will satisfy you, that you can use and make sound that you like. So it is pretty good. Now let us go to the ethnic group. There are mandolin that I like, better than Korg, but not so good like Genius. Genius is on top with those mandolin sounds, but enough good to be usable, and you don't need any sample. They work very well. This sound I like. I like that country mandolin sound. I don't like fiddle sound. It's closed, muddy, not enough opened. So banjo is good sound. Pipe sound. It sounds kind of okay, but you know what, I will tell you, I really don't like this sound, to be honest. For me, that sound is not usable at all. So I need to use samples for kind of music that I play. So this pipe sound, as I told you, not so good. Now, like pan flute, Andes flute. It's okay, it's good. So let me go to the next group of user sounds. Not too much, actually, ethnic sounds like this. Harp. Yes. Okay. I forgot to mention choir sound. There are some choir sounds, but to be honest, I don't like them. They are not. They are muddy. Not too much open. I have feeling that somebody puts something to cover my speakers, and that sound is not coming like present and clean sound and wide and natural. It's kind of muddy sound, so I don't like choir sounds. So that is about sounds. So as I mentioned before, you cannot find everything that is good, but most of the things that are really good and they are usable, and I am generally satisfied with the sounds that I can find in SD90. Only that is missing possibility to create my personal sounds that I need, like accordion, some tamburica sounds, some other ethnic sounds that are specific for the music that is played in my country, and everybody needs those specific sounds. Everybody needs some sounds that are specific in his country. So that's why this guy needs sampler. It is missing sampler, but you know what? I heard stories that sampler is coming out, so we have to be patient. It would be much better if we had sampler on the beginning. It would be much better because of company to sell this model, new product, complete on market, will be boom. It will hit market, and it will sell that product. But you know what? We are patient. We can wait, and if sampler is there, I am sure 100% that all audio users will move from audio to this new generation, because it has touch screen. It has some features, improved features that we should find in today's modern arranger keyboard. And Audia is older keyboard, more than 10 years old keyboard, so it is about time to move forward to better technology, to new technology. And if it has sampler, there is not going to be any reason for Audia player to keep playing on old Audia keyboards with old hard drives and technology that is not so reliable like this new technology that we can find in SD90. It is beautiful, beautiful instrument, and with this sampler that we are waiting for, it will be really, really in top of line, in same class that like with Genus and with Korg PA4, and then with sampler, Genus, Korg PA4, or this, it will be just matter of taste. When we are talking about taste, we are talking about sound. We are talking what we like, what we don't like. But when we are talking about usability, now those things are facts. It is fact if we have something or don't have something, if we have feature or don't have feature. If we have bug, it is something that could be fixed. But if we have feature or don't have feature, some of those things could be fixed, some of those things cannot be fixed. And that is something that is telling us which way we should go, what we want to buy. Because some people, they cannot actually make job without features. Without sampler, I cannot work. Without some other features, I cannot work. If that instrument is allow me to personalize that instrument, to make my own styles, my own sounds, and to manipulate with them very easily, of course, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to do it this way. Now, I will tell you one thing more, than I will tell you conclusion about this instrument, what I think, and I finish my review for this instrument. I will mention registration part, a registration memory. In Korg is called that songbook. In Genus, registration, and here is registration. It is actually songbook. We are combining sounds, rhythms, some functions like speed, tempo, effects, and everything, and we are saving that in registration memory. And whenever we want to, and we are giving for those registration songs, we are giving them names, and whenever we want to call them, we can call them with number. If we put number here, number 800, I will call one rhythm that I like to use for folk music in my country. So, or if I put another number, I can call song. That is song with intros, with ending, with all things that I need with setup of my instrument, so that I want to use. I can use it, as I told you, with numerical pad, or I can call everything from iPad. I have my songbook on my iPad, a list of the songs, and I have dedicated MIDI button to send MIDI message and to call from this registration memory. I will call rhythm and song. It is really usable. We have 4 banks. On those 4 banks, we have, each bank can have 1024 songs. It is huge amount of the memory that we can put, something that we'll never need for tens of years. Now, I want to mention one thing more. In this part, voice select, we have 5 dedicated voices that we can use with the that are saved together with all those information, in particular registration memory song. So I have here pad, I have master, I have actually master accordion, orchestra, Schlager. So I have 5 instruments. Now what is missing here? It is missing option that I can call them with MIDI message from my controller. When I play, I don't have time to go to windows around. It will be much easier when I play just to press here button that is close to my fingers, and if I have here 5 dedicated buttons that can send message to call particular sound from that registration memory, it would be great. That option doesn't exist in Genos, but it does exist in Korg. It is possible to do. So by the pressing this, you are just calling location, and whatever is on this location, it will play. How to do that? I will tell people from Ketron, you can go and read Korg manual. Of course, every company has to go to follow other company if they want to be in same level, if they want to compete to each other, if they want to get customers. So Korg did it in Korg manual, in section where you can see how you can control by sending MIDI messages for STS sounds. Those sounds are same story like one touching setting sounds in Genos or those sounds here. You can find how they send those messages and how they control those sounds from songbook for the particular song as STS sounds. So those information are there. We need same possibility here. And on the end, I will mention just one thing. There's microphone input. I tried that microphone. In my opinion, that microphone sounds better than any another microphone connected to any another arranger keyboard. When I'm talking about a microphone connected to arranger keyboard, I'm talking I will now mention Genos and Korg PA4. This sound for me is more natural, more analog, beautiful sound that I can find. It's not the most usable sound because Korg has something that is called TC Helicon inside of Korg. That TC Helicon will give us the most beneficial option if we want to use harmonies. And TC Helicon has another features that Korg has in manipulating sound that we want to adjust, and we want to do some effects or some other things. Korg has the best options. Those are the best options. But when I connect sound, my microphone to Korg and to this guy, I have feeling that this sound is more rounded, rich, and more natural. I like sounding of Korg PA4, but that is just my opinion, my taste. And on third place, I will say Genos. Genos has decent sound that you can connect, but I would never use that connection if I am performing somewhere from Genos, only in situation if I have to. But in Korg, I will take that very often. In this guy, if I want to connect my microphone, whenever I'm on road and I'm using suspicious mixers or sound systems, I will go with my sound from here and I will go with my sound from Korg. But as I told you, Genos is last option. It is really, if I have to take it, that means that mixer that I'm using from other people sucks, really sucks. So now let me make conclusion, end of this video. On the beginning, I told you I'm doing this video because this instrument deserves better review than I did in last video. And I think I gave honest review about this instrument right now. It is top of line Ketron instrument and top of line arranger. With sampler, it will be on same level like Genos and Korg PA4. It will just matter of taste. But what is strength of this guy is rhythm section, drums, bass guitar, possibility of editing rhythm, then size, weight, material, usability, connection, USB, 2 connection for MIDI input. So nice touch screen, leading you to the point to do or adjusting. Total control on this small panel are enough big to see everything and to control everything. And as a sound model, without sound model on market that can even come close to those quality, for people who are on road like me, it should be choice number one. I play Korg for more than 20 years. I had every model of the Korg PA series. Not one, I bought two of them. I always had, from the PA3, I had version 61 and 76. And in version PA1 and PA2, I had two models, one in my studio, one taken on road with me. But I switched to this guy, not because I don't like Korg anymore, because Korg doesn't have this. Genos doesn't have this. When I switched to Ketron, I switched because I had to, because only Ketron has this. But now, when I hear Ketron's sound, when I know those drums, those guitars, those rhythms, this rhythm section, now I'm so happy that I switched. I will still continue to deal with Genos. You can see with Yamaha, I have in front of me Genos. It will stay in my studio. I will buy next generation of the Korg. Korg has some nice features, and actually Korg is the most usable keyboard. And if you are a keyboard player and you need usability, that is your way. If you need sound that is wide, with good effects section, with natural sounds, maybe Genos is your way. But if you need the best live feeling, the closest to the live band, arranger keyboard, that is Ketron way. So it depends what you need. Everybody has strength, everybody has weaknesses, but they have more and more strength than weaknesses from year to year. So I'm enjoying this SD90. I'm enjoying sound of SD90. I'm enjoying features of the SD90. I am waiting for some features and some bugs to be fixed, but I got a lot of nice information from Ketron guys, and I believe them. They are doing on improvement of this module, and soon, hopefully, we will see some changes that will beneficial for everybody of us. I know maybe that video is long, maybe I'm talking too much, but I'm just trying to make sure that I am giving you honest and full explanation and full review of Ketron. Thank you for watching this video, and in next couple of videos I'm going to give you how to use this instrument, how to play, and I will explain features deeply to help you to get more from this model.